Hi YouTube land, I'm Denise, and I occasionally post videos of me decorating a planner with stickers like once in a sparkly hollow moon. But let's move on from that. I'm going to follow the bold and fearless minion Mandy and call it a journal with me this year. Although I do use my Erin Condren planner as like the medium, it's more like a weekly journal of my actions and activities after the fact instead of before. Alrighty, so here is my new Erin Condren 2019 vertical planner. I switched to team neutral this year instead of colorful, so the boxes are all like fudged up and I really struggle figuring them out. Not only was I not used to the format of the boxes, but I hadn't filmed in several months, so I was a little bit rusty. My apologies. The tools I am using are a pair of tweezers from Cricut that I really don't like. They're strange. And I bought them because I lost my tiny purple ones, but I did find them many weeks later. And of course, I'm using my all-time favorite pen, the Sarasa Dry Gel Pen in 04, and my Fiskars knife. In the video, I am using a full kit from Firefly paper that I bought from a D-stash because I enjoy saving money, and they make some of my favorite photo kits. The print quality is always on point, there's no graininess, and the colors are really vibrant. I just think they really piece together photo kits really well. By the time that I post this video, it's already well over mid-February. So let's see, what updates do I have? Well, I missed all of the holidays, so happy holidays. That didn't go very well in December. And then Happy New Year, Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's going to be President's Day. Another big announcement, I suppose, that I didn't mention in my other videos is that late last year I left my job. Yeah, that was a pretty big decision, I'd say, and it wasn't very easy. It was very emotional for me, and it's still kind of emotional, but I left a job that was good to me mostly, and I don't know, I feel very lost at the moment. But with the support of my family and, of course, Brian, my boyfriend, I left, and now I'm taking, I don't know, is it a gap year? I guess I could call it a gap year and sound really cool. I still have an active nursing license and occasionally I am still interested in that field, but I really don't know. I just want to find something that I'm like really passionate in and I want to continue learning about, and that wasn't really happening. So I don't know, I just needed a break, or I needed to figure out or try something new. So right now I'm just kind of focusing on the shop, and I'll be honest, I've been taking it pretty easy from the beginning of the year. I'm supposed to be doing some online classes, and yeah, we will see where I end up at the end of the year. Hopefully I'll figure it out by then. I gave myself a year to figure it out, and if I don't, then I don't know, I'm just gonna have to go back to nursing. And yeah, I just wanted to share that little part about myself, and I'm just feeling really lost, so any words of encouragement would be really nice. My planner spreads won't look any different than usual, I don't think, because I never really put many details about my actual job in it, since I wanted to keep a lot of it confidential. So it won't change too much, but you may notice a little difference. Wow, so I talked so much that I'm basically done trying to put all these full boxes down and guess where the headers go. This was not very well planned out, but in the end it worked out. I just put all the glitter headers in an alternating pattern like I usually do, and I start with the top ones, and then I have to decide where I want the full boxes to go, and it's easier to figure out which ones I want on the top row and the bottom row, and then in the middle I kind of guesstimate where those would be to fit all together. On top of the quote box, I have an overlay from Rose Colored Days, and it's like a legit silver glitter overlay, like it's textured and everything, and I think it's really subtle and pretty. She was handing them out at Winter Plannerland, and she said take as many as you want, so I took that literally and just grabbed a bunch. I decided to switch the full boxes for Monday and Tuesday because I wanted to use this overlay that was a freebie from Sadie Stickers, and it says bling in the new year in a really pretty silver like hollow foil. Don't know why I had a hard time saying that, but I couldn't put it on top of the candy canes because it just kind of looked too weird, and then I put it on top of the logs, but it's kind of hard to read, so it's okay. Like in person you can read it a lot easier. I remembered that I bought a New Year's Eve countdown sheet from Once More With Love, but the countdown labels were yellow and it doesn't really match with the kits, plus I didn't really have enough room for them, so I decided to save them for next year, but I left it on the side so I can use some of the deco. I started Monday by dropping something off at the post office, and I wrote that on a delivery box activity label. Underneath, I noted that Crest Press had a sale, so I used a $ circle icon for that, and I bought a ton of kits from her that day. Then I took a half box, and that little puppy in the grocery cart is so cute. It's from a shop called Next Week's Dream, and I wrote that we went to Michael's and Trader Joe's. That night, we celebrated the new year with thousands of other people at a concert/show performed by an EDM DJ named Cascade, and it was maybe the best New Year's celebration that I can remember. We went with a lot of close friends, and I felt so many positive vibes that I really needed, and it was just a lot of fun. So I brush lettered and wrote the event on a half box and layered on top a hollow bow header from Fox and Pip. I took a munchkin holding a 2019 balloon from that Once More With Love New Year's Eve sheet, and this really cute champagne clinking glass sticker from Happy Diet. By the way, I am currently, when I post this video, I am on her PR team, so if you want a discount code for Happy Diet, then look down below. I didn't know what else to mark in that small space, so I took one of my favorite couple stickers. This one is from Lovely Mine, and it is a guy and a girl, and the guy's just like kissing her on the cheek, and it's like so cute. So I just used that, and I wrote a corny midnight kiss message on there, I guess. Yeah. Moving on to New Year's Day, I wanted to use some overlays from the Giving Girl, so I took one of the silver sparkly star ones, and I laid it on top of the full box. The night before, or the morning of, whatever you want to call it, we stayed up super late, so of course we slept in. It's kind of embarrassing, but I feel like we woke up at like 3 p.m. and then we talked, and then we fell back asleep, and we woke up and it was probably like, I don't know, 4 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we slept a lot. So I took a quarter box and I used one of my Doing a Snooze stickers from my shop because that's very appropriate and matched what we did. I took one of these bow bar headers from the Giving Girl and I layered it on top of the quarter box. Also, my apologies if you notice that the frame is shaking back and forth. It's because I tried a new filming setup and it's very sensitive to me hitting the table. Eventually we'll fix that, but here and there you may notice it, but it shouldn't last that long. Anyways, after we finally got out of bed, I went to Michael's and Bath and Body Works to pick up some candles, and I used a appointment label, and on top I used a scented candle sticker from Moomy Stickers. And then of course, my first meal, I wanted it to be hot pot, so I used a hot pot sticker from Happy Dia. And then of course, I have to start my year with some good boba, so we went to a place called Super Q. That boba sticker with the cute bow on the straw is from Rose and T's shop. And then with our roommates, Wes and Winston, we watched a movie at home called Wonder, and it's available on Amazon Prime Video, so if you have that, you can watch it on there. And I used the movie marquee from the kit. Alright, so after I watched the movie, I got a little bit upset because at the end of the movie, there's something about a science camp that happens after like 5th or 6th grade. And I was like, wow, that sounds like fun. I never got to do that. And then I found out from like a majority of people that everybody went to some kind of science camp or outdoor camp with all their classmates at the end of 5th or 6th grade, except me, like everybody. And I was like, what? So tell me in the comments below, did you ever go to a science camp or an outdoors camp or something with your fellow classmates after the 5th or 6th grade? I would like to know. Brian says that it was like a requirement for California, but obviously I didn't fulfill that requirement because I was never offered it. So anyways, on Wednesday, I invited Anna and Julia over to do some crafting. We wanted to make some tab dividers together and have ourselves a little crafternoon, but before they came, I had to tidy up the living room. I marked that with a cleaning maru and tidy up sticker from my shop. I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to use this large half box size emoji sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. since we were crafting for a majority of the day. Amy from Peachy Green Paper also stopped by for a little bit after work to hang out with us, and Julia and her boyfriend Nate were really sweet and brought us some boba from Boba Guys. By the way, I know that PlannerCon is coming up very soon, so if you are attending and have a free day in the city, I suggest trying boba from Boba Guys. There are several locations, but I'd suggest going to the Japantown one and browsing all the cute Japanese stationery there, and then there's a Boba Guys store within walking distance in the Fillmore district, and I bet one of my boba bitches just texted. Yep, it was Julia. My usual order nowadays is either the classic milk tea half sweet or the strawberry matcha latte, boba topping depending on how much I ate that day. Anyways, I used a boba sticker from Happy Daya to mark that, and then Nate came over and he brought over Snow the dog, which it was so adorable. I love Snow, and Julia and Nate were helping a friend take care of him, so he visited us for quite a while, and they stayed pretty late, so Brian and I offered to walk Snow, he's a very energetic dog, gotta say that. And that dog sticker is from Meowcaroons & Co. And then we ended the night by playing a whole ton of Smash Ultimates on our Switch, and I used a Switch sticker from my shop to mark that. And I know it's out of frame now, but I did end up putting another sparkly silver star overlay from The Giving Girl on the full box. Now on to Thursday, which is probably my favorite full box, and if you don't know why, then let me tell you how much I love cats, okay? I think everybody in my personal life, they know I love cats, even though I do not own a cat because our apartment complex does not allow pets, but I love cats. And look at that full box. It's wearing a sweater, a turtleneck, which is my aesthetic right now. I love turtlenecks. Anyways, it's so freaking cute. Alright, so I put down a today header, went to the post office, so I used another activity label for that. I had a pretty lazy and chill day. I just worked on my personal wide setup, so I used a flat lay sticker from Toffee Bananas and another activity label. After Brian got off work, we went to Sports Basement to pick up my seasonal ski rentals, and I wrote that in an appointment label with a paperclip icon from my shop. And then when we went home, we watched Bandersnatch with our roommates or housemates, whatever. And if you have Netflix and you haven't seen it and you like sci-fi, then you probably will enjoy watching it. It's very interactive. We stayed up and tried to find all of the different kind of endings, and yeah, it was pretty fun. And then Brian and I ended the night by watching an episode of, The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. And I had a Bob Ross sticker because why not? Of course, and Marg drew it in Munchkin form, so I had to use it, and it was really cute. On the cat full box, I decided to use a silver foiled bow from The Giving Girl, and I put it on top of its little sweater, and it's just so adorable. It's a really cute detail. Anyways. I think I forgot to tell you the reason why I chose to use this wintry cabin kit instead of a New Year's Eve kit. In my 2018 planner, I did use one from Station Stickers, but in this one, I decided to go for the cabin one because on the weekend, we went on a trip to Tahoe with my sister and her friends, and I love it when the theme of the spread matches the activity that I'm doing. This was a trip that was planned a while ago, and we couldn't really predict the future in advance, but it turned out that there was a major snowstorm that weekend, so we decided to leave as soon as possible to avoid the traffic and possible storm. I did last-minute packing, as always, in the morning and grabbed some Starbucks. The coffee icon is from Happy Daya. On a half box, I noted the start of the road trip with an old-school Volkswagen minivan from Happy Daya. We stopped for a late lunch at a Korean tofu house, again using a food sticker from Happy Diet. I'm kind of sorry I use the same, I use a lot of stickers from the same shops over and over again, but that's just realistically who I like, and that's that. Then, of course, I requested to stop by a boba place to get some milk tea for the next day, and that boba doodle is from my shop. We arrived at Tahoe safely, and then the rest of the night we just chilled and hung out and waited for everyone else to arrive. And that was the night that started my love for Marie Kondo. That was when I think my sister put an episode on TV, and then I was hooked, and I fell in love, and now I'm totally pro KonMari, and yeah. We went to bed as early as we could, and I used a bed sticker from Happy Diet. So Saturday was kind of a strange day. We woke up pretty early to get dressed and ready to either ski or snowboard. In fact, a couple of people woke up even earlier to cook everyone breakfast, which was really nice of them. And then we packed the cars and headed to the resort just to find out that most of the lifts were temporarily closed due to high winds. At the base of the mountain, it didn't seem too bad, but apparently there were like 50 or 60 mile per hour winds, which sounds terrifying, so not I don't want to do that. So most of the group decided to drive to another part of the mountain to try to get a couple runs in. Since there is a California and Nevada side, they went to the Nevada side, but then a small group, including me, decided that it wouldn't be worth our money to just maybe get denied at the lift at the other side or whatever. So instead, we went to Lake Tahoe and we enjoyed the beautiful views, and it was absolutely gorgeous, but it was also really fudging cold, so we didn't stay there for very long. I wrote that, and then I used one of the deco pieces from the kit to mark that. And then afterwards, some of them wanted to try their hand at gambling, so we drove across state borders to go to Nevada, and there is a Harrah's casino and hotel there, so we spent some time there. I didn't do any gambling because I don't know how to, because, I don't know, I'm a noob, so I just watched. So the rest of the evening was quite strange for me. I was in a really weird, annoyed emotion. I felt like zero energy to socialize with anyone. They even had my favorite thing for dinner. They had hot pot, and I didn't even feel hungry for it. And it was like as if anybody started talking to me, I would have the feeling of like tearing up and crying for no dang reason. It was so frustrating. Like even my sister. So yeah, it was not a very good evening. I don't think that her friends had a very good impression of me. I feel kind of bad. But, I mean, it's been a while now, so hopefully they don't think of anything of me. And luckily, the house was so big, there were many other rooms, so I kind of isolated myself in a different room, and I read half a book. That was when I started reading, okay, the title of the book sounds kind of morbid, but it's called They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, and it's a YA book, and I really enjoyed reading it. Like, I could read it nonstop. I read half the book, and it's kind of predictable, but I still really enjoy it. I think I was just really tired of December. It was a lot of talking to other people, a lot of social events, and I was kind of just burnt out. So that Munchkin sticker was perfect. It was perfect to mark that. And then I used a bear reading a book sticker from Happy Diet at the bottom of Saturday. And then Sunday we had to wake up early to avoid all the traffic and storm again because it had stopped snowing in the morning, and it was like a very small time frame. We had to try to leave Tahoe as soon as possible. So I wrote that in a half box, and I used a car icon, and I wrote "Let's go home." On the way back, we stopped for a little break in Sacramento and went to Temple Coffee Roasters, which had really good coffee and drinks. And then it was raining, so the perfect rain weather food is of course pho, and we ate that for dinner. That day, it was also the Simply Gilded Double Dip, so I used a washi sticker from Simply Gilded to mark that. And then we finally arrived home, where I felt comfortable with all of my blankets and planner goodies, and I just was finally able to just chill and relax. Sorry if you can hear my heater, it's going off right now. And that evening, we watched the movie called Game Night with Winston and Wes, and I made myself some sangria, and we played some Smash Ultimate, and it was all good again. So that is it for this journal with me. I really love how this spread turned out. Firefly Paper Shop, gorgeous photo kits. They are kind of expensive though, but I mean, every single one that I've used, I love the spread. So yeah, I know this one was a little bit longer than my usual video. Hopefully it won't be like that next time, but I did talk a lot in this one. If you stayed until the very end, thank you so much, and comment down below a little cat emoji so I know and I can give you a virtual high five. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one, which will hopefully be soon.